All right, hello, and thank you for tuning in to another TryHackMe Room review. So, this one was a doozy. This is network device hardening. It says it's medium, which for me, it's hard. It is hard. It tests your skill, it tests your patience because the machine is very slow. When you're clicking on things, it's very slow. Before I dive in to the room review, I just realized as I listened to some of my other my room reviews back, you can hear me flipping the paper for notes and things. That's why I put the music on the last one, but you can still hear it. And then you can hear me talking away. So now I'm positioned where I'm just facing the computer. So you'll hear me the whole time clearly. I don't go in and out. However, I do take notes so that I don't ramble off course too much. So unfortunately, you're going to hear the paper turning again. But I mean, yeah, you at least this time you have a warning. So for those who have been watching this series and dealing with hearing the paper in the background, thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate it. I hope you're getting something out of this. I'm assuming you are if you're listening multiple to all of them. But all right, well, let's jump into network device hardening. So again, this was really hard, and my rating is going to show that. Just because I just feel, as someone who is new to network security, network engineering, honestly, I don't think that network engineering is my forte. I don't know, maybe I am intrigued by pen testing, so I don't know. And Linux and the command line and everything. So I don't know, but let's just get into it. So network device hardening. So I didn't terminate the VMs yet. Again, keep it once you have it up. Keep it up the whole time. And this thing loads really slow. It got stuck a couple times. I don't know if it's my internet. I have full internet. I don't know, but it was challenging on top of that was the biggest part that was frustrating for me. Outside of just the content itself. So the introduction is actually task 1 is network devices, the intro, your learning and objectives. Now I understand why they have the prerequisites, learning prerequisites. I highly recommend going back and completing these. I actually only completed one of these so far, which is the OSI model. I haven't completed the other ones. So maybe that was part of why I had issue. Actually, I don't think so, because I'll go through it, but there were some things I want to point out, but a lot of it was just looking for the answer. So you had to be in the machine a lot. And again, it loads really slow. Well, at least slow for me. And it got stuck a couple of times and I had to kind of log out, log back in, and yeah. So for this one, pretty easy. You just start. And then let me see, network and endpoint devices. Okay. Common hardening techniques to reduce attack surface of a network. Okay, cool. So let's get into the first challenge, which is where we are introduced to the machine. Task 4, hardening VPNs challenge. So this is going to use an Ubuntu virtual machine. over here with OpenVPN. You just click Start Machine. I didn't have to click, and you can see there's no start attack box up here. It just kind of, I didn't realize it till later either. It just started on its own when I clicked Start Machine. Everything just started. So then here's the content. It takes a while to load. The whole thing took about 3 minutes for me, which I think was pretty fast because it said, please wait 3 to 5 minutes to make sure the VM is is fully booted. So for me, it took on the shorter time, which, that's good. So I guess it just depends on your internet connection. So once you get into let me see, for this one, okay, so for this one, you're not using the browser just yet. For this one, you're using the terminal. So for this first task, using the terminal. Now remember, when you're accessing Nano, that you don't use the mouse, you're using the arrows to select and scroll. And then you just follow the lesson and the instructions on the bullet points. So let me see, obtain the flags and answer the questions before exiting. Because in here, it says something about make your changes in the very beginning, I believe. It says make your changes. Here we go. Once you've made desired changes to the file, press, Control plus O, hit enter, and then X to exit. But make sure that you get the flags and everything first before doing that. I did that just to be on the safe side. I didn't make a mistake and do it the other way. I did it the way that I'm telling you. Keep the machine running because you're going to need it for the rest of the tasks. Now, this is where we started. This is where we started clicking down. Task 5. Hardening routers, switchers, and firewalls. As you can see by my timer in here too, it took me they give you like an hour and a half, and I had to reset it. So I took breaks because I was like frustrated. But so hardening routers and switches and firewalls. So it tells you just in the beginning that you're actually going to use a web interface versus the CLI. So for the web interface, when you think web interface and it says web interface at this address, you want to put that in here. See how it's right here in the browser? Open the Firefox browser, put it in here, and then that's how you get to all this stuff. And then you'll see the screenshots down here. It took some rereading for me to have to do in order to kind of follow along. It was kind of hard to do that at first. Like the task previously before this, 4, was pretty like okay, but this one is where it started getting really kind of difficult, and even with following, like going in order, like the order, like everything kind of went out of order. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. Like you had to answer the questions first and then kind of go over it. Just kind of, the setup was weird. One of the questions, the flag is in the notes, but it's not there yet. Okay, so here's an example. When you come up here and it says about changing the password, right? I don't even know where it is right now. But anyways, it asks you to change the password. It doesn't say to change the password to the password that we just saw. It doesn't say that. Here we go. Right here. We can change the default password and open WRT RIT, I guess, through system administration. Okay, cool. And I did that and clicked the save button. So I did that, but I chose a different password. So it said up to the password for the router that. So that was actually the answer, what you should have done, but it didn't say that. So there was that thing. So that was off. Oh, then when, okay, yeah, see, all right. Oh, okay, let's do that. We'll just add, I added an hour. So for changing, okay, the time zone, you can enable, modify these settings through da-da-da-da. As you see, it says system, it has all that, and save and apply. So I did that, and then I got like, that's where it started being really slow. So I got like this, I got the wheel of death, basically. And then finally, after waiting for like almost 5 minutes, I clicked log out, and then I had to log back in with these credentials. Well, the username's already filled in, the password. And then when it took me right back to this page, and then I saw my changes. So that was interesting. And then also, there's just so much, you guys. There's just so much. Saw the change. And then, the question about the port. Oh, okay, I don't know what happened. Let me see, is the port 80? Are we changing it? Because I thought that we were supposed to change it. So there was a question about the port. Default port. I thought its default port is 22. I thought we were supposed to change it. But when I tried to change it on the machine, it wouldn't let me. Because in the instructions here, it said that you could change it. And I don't know, it's in there somewhere. I wrote it down, so I came across it. I didn't make it up. So I don't know. It was saying something about you can change a port and then update. I tried to do it. I couldn't do it. But I mean, I was able to answer the question. And then I got through, I did get through all the questions. Again, I decided to, since I noticed the pattern of, okay, answer the questions and then go read the information. That's what I did for task 6. So turning the page, you're gonna hear paper. So, okay, yeah, okay, I addressed the password thing. Check on, yeah, got the answer. Okay. Let's just move on to task 6. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long, because it could be. I could ramble on and on and on, but I'm not going to. So, task 6, I went straight to the questions, but it still took me forever and a day. So the first question that got me was this one. And it got me because there were multiple, I'm not clicking in the machine. Just take my word for it, because it loads really slow. At least too slow, and I'm already kind of like annoyed with it. So I'm just gonna not click it. Just take my word for it. But when I finally found where to go, because it does kind of give you do get some hints with screenshots and the steps. Like, it kind of tells you where to go, even if you have to click on other tabs that are in here, like that are in, okay, so you go network, then firewall. So if it's in firewall, it might be port forwards and something else and some other things. You may have to click another tab, like in here, available installed updates. You may have to click another tab, but it's in that vicinity. So there were actually multiple answers that could have been the answer to this question. However, the only thing that separated this answer from the other one was that the other ones were IPv6, which is is mentioned down here, enabling IPv6. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but what was the name of the rule that accepts ICMP traffic from source zone WAN and destination zone at this device? It was the allow ping, and it was the only one. The other ones accepted. There were multiple rules that accept ICMP traffic. from source zone WAN and destination to the